morning troops. Another day, another drain. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time viewing, welcome. Let's see if we can catch you some fish. Right, today we're on a Lincolnshire drain, free fishing, you know me, tight kit. All you need is your Environment Agency rod licence. It's very narrow, it's very shallow. Hopefully I'll have this stretched myself today. I was working all night, come straight here. It gets like 6:30 now, don't it? So I don't think there's any point in going home just to make up the packed lunch. So I made it up at work, so we're ready to go. Got 3 rods in, left hand, you know me, left hand, right hand, middle. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at the swim. But again today, so it's circle hooks, hair rigged, and I'm gonna stick at it all day, and I'm sticking the same swim all day. I'm not gonna move. It's overcast, it's mild, this drain can fish, or it can be a hard taskmaster. It's one of those places. But yeah, I'm gonna be Mr. Confident today. I'm gonna stick in one spot, I'm gonna fish it, and I'm gonna flog it all day and see how many pike we get out. I think we'll catch. It looks bob on. I don't know what bob on means, but it looks good. It's a nice little bit of colour to it. After all the rain and storms, it's thinned down. It looks wonderful. You know, it's proper level for this time of year, as I'd expect it to be. It's a bit treacherous unhooking, well, landing and returning anything big. It's going to be a bit muddy, a bit slidey. I'll be climbing up the banks, but I don't mind that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, if you fish the drains like I do, you've got to take these rough conditions bankside. You know, if you want to catch fish, you've got to fish swims that haven't been fished, pioneer stretches that haven't been fished. You know, well, they say pike breed on neglect. Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But there's not many places these days that everyone doesn't know. So to find anything decent, you've got to work a little bit harder and put a little bit extra effort in, and then blank every week like I do. But no, seriously, we're going to give it a good crack today, so I'm going to run through the swim with you now. Let's crack on. Let's go and have a look at this drain. Well, this is the swim. Very narrow drain. Water's about its normal level. It's quite shallow. 18 inches to 2.5 foot max, depending on how much silt is on the bottom. And as you can see, it just goes on forever. It gets shallower and shallower, you know, but it's a lovely little drain, free fishing. All you need is your Environment Agency rod licence, your left hand rod. You guessed it, didn't convert it. And I was looking at my hooking setup. I've changed it slightly for the bigger baits now. I'm hair rigging it so that the hook is not in the base of the tail, it's 3/4 of the way down the fish for the big baits. Let's see if that increases the conversion rate. I don't know if you'll be able to see me float. There it is. So it's mid-channel, just opposite that tree. As I say, a whole herring, single circle hook, and it's going again. It's going again. That definitely moved, and it moved against the current. Let's get in position. Not huge. Slight adjustment to the hook position. First run was missed. Weren't happy with the hook position. Readjusted it and wallop. It's only a jack. I've only been fishing 15 minutes, so good start to the day. Right, before so rudely interrupted, let's run through the swim again. Left hand rod, static whole herring, circle hook, size 4, hair rigged. There's a white egret up there, won't be able to pick it out on here. Just there, a white egret. Just there. Well, there's the float. That's already roared off once, well twice. Got one fish in. As I said before, middle rod, whole miniature bluey. Again, size 4 circle hook, static dead bait. In about 2 foot water. And the one we didn't get to, the elusive right hand rod. Got a whole joey mackerel on. It's positioned mid channel in between 2 reed beds, so I'm hoping, it obviously died down, decayed reed beds, so I'm hoping there's a pike patrolling through there. Don't know if you can pick the float up, I think it'll be a bit hard. There's something, there he is, centre of the screen. Let's see how we get on. That's the swim. I think it runs forever and a day down that way and that way. Lincolnshire drain, so it's only 2 foot deep max. Free fishing, Environment Agency rod licence required. We've had one fish, let's get some more. Well, we're a couple of hours into the session now. Apart from that initial whack and then the jack straight after in the first 15 minutes, not a touch. Water looks nice. There's a nice colour to it. I mean, it's clear in the margins, but it's only that deep in the margins. But it's got a bit of colour to it. It's risen. Good 6 to 8 inches since I've been here, so the water's definitely on the rise. It's rising, but it's not chugging through. There's no debris. It's it's all right. It looks good. Sorry, my eyes keep going towards my floats. I can't help it. Yeah, so we've been fishing for a couple of hours. After that initial run, nothing, so I've boosted the baits with some sardine and anchovy oil. Should give it another half hour, and I like an old saying, when in doubt, get a sardine out. I haven't got sardine on at the moment. Left hand rod herring, middle rod is a bluey, right hand rod is a joey mackerel. So I've had a fish on a herring and a touch since, but it looks good. It looks fishy. The rain's moved in there, so it's going to be a wet day, I think. Now it's when I left from work this morning, like always, you check the weather, don't you, and it said rain will be moving into about 3-4 o'clock. I thought, that's all right, get a whole day at it, but I was only here half hour or so, and I checked the weather again, and it said it said 11 o'clock. Started raining about 9, so I mean it's not heavy, it's just a bit of drizzle. Makes, you know, the wind makes it sound heavier than it is. But yeah, so a couple of hours into the session, 1 fish, 2 runs, probably the same fish on both runs. I think I missed it, put the bait more or less back on its nose and caught it straight away. So let's see what the boosted baits bring. Well, troops, we're halfway through the session and it's not panned out how I hoped. So we had that quick hit and nothing since. It's been tough going. As you can see, I've changed my hat for luck. Whether it'll bring me luck or not, I don't know, but that's my little superstition. Change my hat, try and buy a bite by changing your hat. But still, I've also changed, I've gone to my go-to bait as well. So left hand rod, we now have a whole herring again, but gold in colour, dyed gold, injected with sardine and anchovy oil. Middle rod is now my go-to sardine. I've got that on, also injected it with oil, boosted that up. And on the right hand rod, whole Joey mackerel. So the left hand rod I've changed the colour of the bait, middle rod I've changed the bait completely, and we'll see how we go now. It's drizzling a bit, I don't know if you can hear it. I hope it ain't oh sorry, I was just I'm looking at my float. I hope it don't make too much interference on the sound. It's a bit windy, bit rainy. I would say perfect conditions, really. You know, depends how much pressure it's had here lately. What I've done is, I'd say 300 to 500 metres downstream is a bit of a hot spot. Get a lot of people fish there every day of the week. So what I've done is I've hiked right upstream to where I think it's a bit quieter, and what I'm hoping is that the big fish have backed off as well from the pressured spots, but at the moment it doesn't seem that way. So I'm going to stick at it. I made my decision earlier on today. I weren't going to move around too much today chasing fish. I've had one. I'm under no pressure. I mean, personal pressure, yeah, to catch. I'm always put myself under pressure. I want to catch fish. I want to catch big fish, but it ain't always possible. So I've got my baits in the water. I know for a fact this stretch can produce 20s, so that's not a problem. You know, and it's a stretch I've had multiple catches from before, but the past is the past, as they say. You've got to hope it's narrow enough and it's shallow enough for any fish that pass through this swim will find my baits. So that's what I've got to hold on to. That's what I've got to be positive. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm, presentation wise, I'm all right, I'm spot on. So the baits, I mean, there's no debris coming down. You know, the baits will be clearly visible. They're clearly there in front, oozing oils and attractants. So if the fish move through, if a big little word that, isn't it? If the fish move through, they'll find my baits and they'll catch. So I've just got to hope that, you know, will they move in before it gets dark and I have to pack up, or have they already been through? Or like I've had here before on this stretch, you know, I've sat here on this stretch for 3 or 4 hours just thinking about packing up, and bang bang bang, I've had 6 fish in an hour or two, and you know, it's changed the whole outlook of the session. So we're going to keep going for it. I'll say I've had 1, so I'm under no pressure to catch. I haven't blanked, so now the trick is to catch something, and catch something decent. But you know, the longer the day goes on, you all of a sudden you throw your granny under the bus for a jack all of a sudden. But no, I'm still confident we're going to catch. So it's just a matter of time. If the fish move through this swim, I'll catch. Well, we've tried everything today. The last throws of daylight, really. It's grey, it's horrible, it's raining. We've had 1 fish within 15 minutes of arriving, 7:15 this morning. Thought he was in for a good day, but I tried everything. It's slowly deteriorated into another one of those days, I'm afraid. I mean, now I'm stuck here waiting. I'm hoping for 1 run before it gets dark. Sometimes that's all you can do. I mean, 1 run, ever the optimist, 1 run could turn a terrible day into a good day, or it could turn it into a brilliant day, or it could turn it into an exceptional day. That's the beauty of fishing drains and rivers. You really, you could get a run that could alter the whole season, but I don't think so. I'm gonna sit it out, hope the low light levels draw in some pike, but I haven't seen any movement, haven't had any encouragement all day. I've tried every different baits, popped up, injected with oil, switching around. I've tried everything, and it's there's nothing doing. So another one of those. At least we caught this time, but it's a long old day with just 1 run, especially when that 1 run, well, 2 runs, 1 fish, especially when them 2 runs are in the first 15 minutes. It turns it into a long old drawn out day, but it's better than sitting in the house, better than working. So we've had 1. I'm hoping to grab 1 more before it gets dark. Well, didn't catch anything else and got soaked through packing up to top things off. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate all the views, comments and shares. For all of those of you who have subscribed, a big thank you. If you haven't, go on, click that button. It's free and it really helps the channel grow. I'll see you all on the bank real soon, and I hope you all bag a decent pike before the rivers close. Once again, really do appreciate everyone watching. Thank you, troops.